welcome you back here at halftime. Paul Hofstra on the basketball court here in the first half. But with basketball season winding down, spring sports, I'll put them in air quotes, spring sports on college campuses starting up now. And joining me, Monmouth's head men's lacrosse coach, Brian Fisher. And Coach, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing well. Just had a good practice last kind of unofficial inter-squad scrimmage before we open up next weekend. So weather's been great for a winter sport, as you just said.
So Brian Fisher, and everyone knows, started this program here at Monmouth. I can't believe it's been 10 years, by the way.
How fast time flies, right?
Did it fly for you too?
Yeah, I mean, my kids growing up with the program and just growing the program, and had a lot of firsts along the way, and this is kind of another first, the step to go to the CAA and compete in a really good conference. So, yep. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, which we'll talk about. But in those 10 years, a couple of championships for this Monmouth team. Brian really grew, built the program here. And now as you look at kind of the next journey of this Monmouth men's lacrosse program, after a super successful time in the MAC, like you said, that new challenge in front of you in the CAA.
Yeah, big challenge. Just some really good teams with a lot of deep tradition and history. And a lot of these teams have been playing lacrosse for a really long time. So we're looking forward to the challenge. Going to be an exciting one for us this year with a lot of young guys in the mix and some older guys stepping into bigger roles than they've ever had in their career. And then some familiar faces that you'll know, so that you've seen in the past couple of years. So yeah, it's a fun and interesting time for us as we kind of continue to grow and challenge ourselves in this new conference.
One of the most impressive things that we've got to see from a distance covering the team is the way that you've built this program. Championships, it seems like every 4 years when the program, right, from 0 to 4 and then from 4 to 8, and it's interesting how you've built it. So now, as you assess kind of the growth of this Monmouth lacrosse program, where it is now from when you took over with, like you mentioned, the CAA in front of you, and just where you kind of assess things as you look back a bit.
You know, and even before our 10 years here at Monmouth, I was talking to Coach Kevin Callahan, and he said, you know, over his tenure here, it seemed like every so often they were changing conferences or moving up, and he kind of had to rebrand and regrow the program every year, and I kind of feel like that's where we are. But in the recruiting sense, we tell people, you know, in the 10 years that we've been here, we've got like 4 or 5, maybe 5 new buildings on campus. You know, we've added not just men's lacrosse, but swimming and some other sports now. So we just continue to grow and move in the right direction when a lot of other institutions of our size in this day and age are struggling or trying to just stay afloat. So we continue to grow and push the envelope and do things for our student athletes, and it's just incredibly exciting, and the new conference is just a new piece with that.
You know, you brought lacrosse here and taught all of us about really the sport of men's lacrosse and what it means. So now you can educate the viewer to this as well. You mentioned how good this league is and all of the great traditional powers in this conference. What does it mean, you know, for all of Monmouth's teams, but mainly for men's lacrosse, that now that was part of the equation, getting that bid into the CAA, now being part of it, and also now, like you mentioned, what it means for this program for the next couple of years?
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of an uptick in recruiting and just a general excitement within the university and our campus and our athletic teams. And then, you know, more importantly, I think this is the fun part. We're still kind of developing that plan and what it's going to look like a few years down the road as we become more competitive in the CAA. So it's all just really exciting. And, you know, we're just happy that the season's here. I mean, we train year-round. I reminded our guys just the other day, we train year-round and sacrifice so much for this time of the year. And, you know, we have, I think, 14 left in terms of dates, in terms of go out there and play lacrosse against somebody else, all doing on the same sideline. And, you know, we don't take that for granted. We're going to be excited to play in a week.
Well, and you mentioned it, the season starts in 1 week. The crazy, difficult conference schedule is there, but nothing for you that you're not used to with the non-conference schedule. You open up at a top 10 team against the Princeton Tigers, a game that's become kind of a regional game that everyone looks forward to. Another difficult non-conference schedule that you put in front of this team to prepare them.
Yeah, just fun and awesome way to open up our season, to play not only a top 10 team, but a team that has a lot of tradition and history like Princeton does, and an in-state, you know, if you want to call them a rival, an in-state rival where we're going to have a great crowd on a February game and both teams open up their season. Just a short ride for us and them when they come here and we go there. Just it's just a great game to open the season with. We've been fortunate enough to do it the last couple of years. Hopefully we'll continue it and keep them on the schedule, but you're just excited about the challenge.
Well, Brian, we appreciate you joining us and look forward to covering this team and talking again during the season. It's one of our favorite times of year. Wish you the best of luck this year in the first year in the CAA.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see you out there real soon.
That's Brian Fisher, the head men's lacrosse coach here at Monmouth. Their season starts in a week when they'll take on Princeton. Bring it right back as we'll wrap up halftime and get you ready for the start of the second half.